let's talk what you actually need when you go to PSD. All right, so if you do not have your CDL, I do not know for the guys that have CDLs and you're going to Prime, I do not know that process. I'm not here to help you with that. It's for the people that do not have CDLs and are heading to one of the 3 facilities, whether it's Springfield, which is Prime 1, Piston, Pennsylvania, or Salt Lake City, Utah. So you're going to get there, you're going to have your orientation to begin with. You've talked with your recruiter, you filled out your online application, and your recruiter has set you a date to go to one of those 3 locations. Your recruiter is going to send you an email listing out the documentation that you're going to need. You're going to need your birth certificate. You're going to need an actual full-size birth certificate, just like this one pictured here, okay? Not the little bitty small card. We saw a lot of people bring that, and that hangs up the process. It's going to slow you down. And for anybody that thinks they're going to steal my identity off of that piece of paper right there, joke's on you. I'm broke. So best of luck to you. So make sure you have your birth certificate, the correct one. In the email that your recruiter sends you, there will be a link if you don't have your birth certificate where you can order it. I believe it's $39. So order, and that will get you through. That will be the correct one that you need. Speak with your recruiter about that. Make sure you have the one you need. You don't want to get there and slow your process down. We saw a lot of people that got held up for small little things. Your recruiter is also going to set you up to get a CDL physical in your hometown, or you may do your physical once you get to the location. I know some people did in Springfield. I'm not sure about Salt Lake City or Pittston. So we saw a lot of people just waited to get their physical until they were there. If you do your physical at home, they will send you an email with a little barcode that the doctor's office can scan, and that will take care of paying for it and your drug test and all that. Bring your long form. It's 5 or 6 pages long. You will need all of that. Your recruiter will also send you a link or an attachment on an email that will show you what a long form looks like. So you need to make sure that you have all of those pages. Don't forget that. Especially if you do it at home, don't forget it. I put everything in a notebook. That way it was all lined out. You're going to need a voided check if you're going to do direct deposit. You have the option of putting it on your Comdata card. They'll give you a little lanyard that hangs around your neck, and that's where your pay will go if you want it to do that. Or if you have a bank that you want your money to be direct deposited into, like I use USAA. You can print a piece of paper off of their website that is a direct deposit, has a voided check on it, your account numbers, routing numbers, everything they need to get your money where you want it. Make sure you have that. If you are a veteran, make sure you have your DD-214. Man, it's nice saying DD-214. For the veterans out there, you'll understand where the smile comes from. Make sure you have that. Use that. You've earned that. And you only have to do a 9-month contract to pay back for PSD instead of 1 year if you're a veteran. Okay, so use that. You earned it. All right. So make sure you have your DD-214. You will not show that to anybody. There is a point at the end where you've passed your CDL test. You go into the Plaza building downstairs and you start the hire on process, and you'll go to the computer and you'll do this little section, and it will want to know your in-service date and the date that you left service, whatever military branch you were in. So you want to be specific and accurate with those. On your application, the application that you've done online, print it out, take photo, screenshots of it, whatever you need to do, because when you get to orientation, you're going to do a handwritten application. It needs to match exactly the one that you've done online. The dates that you were at specific jobs, all that, because they're going to verify those employments. If it does not match, you will be held up. We saw that too, okay? So just print a copy out of the one you've done online, screenshot it, whatever you need to do to make sure that you're putting the exact same information on the handwritten form as you did on the online form. I printed mine out. made it super simple. I had it in my folder, got there, I laid it out as I done my handwritten, and it's very easy, especially because I had to go back to my military service, which started in 08, and you only have to do, I think, 3 or 5 years, which would have been 2017 for me, but my military service was back before that, so I had to cover that gap from 08 to 2022. Luckily, I've only had military service, and I've been with the state for 11 years, but I had 3 different positions within the state that have to be verified. I actually worked for 3 different organizations within the state as I progressed. So each one of those had to be verified. So make sure you have a hard copy of that or something that you can reference so that it matches exactly. Once you went through orientation, mine took about 2.5 days to where I got verified and was able to get badged. You'll get a green badge, a COM data card, and that's where they're going to give you $200 a week while you are in PSD phase. That $200 a week is not yours to keep. You can use it for whatever you need, but you are going to pay it back. You are not making $900 a week during PSD. You're going to pay it back $25 a paycheck, however much you use. So the fastest that you can take your CDL test is 14 days after you get badged. So I got badged, and 14 days later I took my CDL test. So I got 2 weeks in there where they gave me $200. Now if you use it, you're going to pay it back. If you don't have to use it, don't do it. Don't pay back something that you don't need. Right? We're here to make money. Just a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but take what you will from that. If you don't need it, don't use it. Once you get badged, once you finish your CDL test, you go into Plaza, you start your hire-on process. They're going to take that green badge away from you, and they're going to give you a purple badge. Now you are an official prime employee. You're going to start making $900 a week at that point, whether you are on the road with your TNT trainer or you are sitting at the house. I'm sitting at the house right now. I have been sitting at the house since last Saturday. Today is Friday. I got $900 for sitting at the house, okay? I had to come home. I got my license taken care of. I emailed my dispatcher and said, I am available for dispatch on Monday. I got paid. If I was going to stay home, I'm flying out tomorrow to meet my TNT trainer. If I was staying at home all next week, this coming Monday, I would have to email and say I'm available for dispatch, and I would make $900 for that week. There was a lot of confusion about that with a lot of students. They're like, we're just going to stay at Campus Inn because we don't get paid if we go home. Yes, you do. You get paid if you go home and you send the email saying that I'm available for dispatch. I'm living proof of it, okay? My money was on my COM data card this morning, okay? So you will get paid $900 before taxes once you have your purple badge. You have passed your CDL test, you're done, okay? You will get it. Packing-wise, clothes-wise, I took 7 days worth of clothes. 7 shirts, 7 shorts, a couple pairs of pants just in case. I drove my personal vehicle to Springfield, so I took a pair of boots with me, which worked out great because we had some rainy days. I got caught out there one day in a pair of tennis shoes. I think I was wearing Hey Dudes, and my feet were soaked, my clothes were soaked. If you have a rain jacket, I highly recommend it. I had to go buy one while I was up there. But enough clothes to get through a week. Whether you stay at Campus Inn or you go out on the truck with a trainer through PSD, you need about 7 days worth of clothes. If you're at Campus Inn, there's a laundry facility in the B Hall. Once you get badged, you have access to the Millennium Building, which is the main terminal. You can do your laundry there, and it is cheaper. I think it's about $1.50 total to wash and dry your clothes versus $3 or $3.25 at Campus Inn. So it's a little bit cheaper. And at the Millennium, you have pool tables, you have ping pong tables, you have a basketball court, you have excellent food. It's a lot more fun than what Campus Inn is. And the food is better than Campus Inn food. So yeah, 7 days worth of clothes. I also took a sleeping bag in case I got a trainer that we left and didn't train on the pad. We were out on the road. And I took a flat sheet because you can't sleep in the top bunk while the truck is moving. So take your flat sheet, you can lay it over their bedding, so you're not sleeping on their bedding, and you can sleep there, cover up with your sleeping bag, or sleep inside your sleeping bag, whichever you prefer. And a pillow. Take a pillow with you. But all in all, it's not bad. I highly recommend having some. I took a long sleeve shirt because our training started at 4 o'clock in the morning, and there was a couple mornings where it's 60 degrees, but the wind was blowing pretty good. That gets pretty chilly. So I took just a long sleeve shirt. There was no point in having a jacket. I was there at the beginning of August. It's still hot. That's why we started training at 4 in the morning to beat the heat for the day. So you don't have to pack a ton of stuff to get through it. 7 days worth of clothes was more than enough. I had more than enough time to wash my clothes and be ready to go the next day. Actually, washing clothes became kind of something to do to break up a little bit of the monotony or the boredom. So it's a pretty simple process. Make sure your paperwork is in order, and it will go smooth as can be. It can be 2.5 days in orientation, and then you wait for your PSD trainer. I got my PSD trainer the day that I finished orientation and got my green badge. I was assigned a PSD trainer. Most of us were. Most everybody else in the class was assigned a PSD trainer the very next day. So it can happen really fast, and that 14 days will go by fast to take your test. Now understand that not everybody tests out in 14 days. Some people were 3, 4, and 5 weeks. It's whatever you need, the amount of time you need to be able to pass that test. And if you're still in that phase, you will still continue to get $200 a week. But just remember, you have to pay that back, okay? A lot of confusion on that, a lot of confusion. My recruiter was excellent, Barbara Brown. If you get Barbara Brown, you will not show up at PSD and not know what you need to do unless you just didn't listen. But we had a lot of guys, they said their recruiter didn't tell them anything other than when to be there and when their bus ride was. So I'm sure that happens, So that's what this video is, try to help you if you're going through that. Make sure you have your paperwork, 7 days worth of clothes, you'll be golden. As always, guys, keep your head up, keep moving forward. Do your best to be your best. If you have a veteran in your life, hug them, kiss them, tell them you love them. It may save their life today. 22 a day is 22 too many. Guys, I appreciate you. If you want to like, subscribe, hit that little bell, whatever you want to do, whatever your heart desires, go ahead and do it. If you want to watch my video and say, no, not for me, I'm good with that too. Have a blessed day, guys.